There was a time when I started questioning everything, actually, because I'm in the commercial and the advertising business. So it's all about advertising products. And I realized I don't really care about the products. It's like clients don't listen now, please. But more importantly, it's got to be authentic. It's about working in a team, being creative together. That's what drives me, and that's what I have fun with. And that's why it makes sense. That's the core of the whole thing. My name is Rasmus Kaessmann. I'm a photographer and filmmaker from Germany, Bavaria actually, so south of Germany in the mountains. I'm an advertising photographer, so I shoot for big brands. I'm not the kind of photographer that started it playing with cameras already as a child or anything. I actually had no clue what to do after school. I worked on a construction site to save some money to just go traveling, see the world. I got an old Volkswagen camper van and was traveling around Europe a bit, and a friend of mine joined me, and he actually had with him an old Pentax SLR, and he was playing around with it while we were traveling. After a while, we separated again, and he forgot that camera with me. I started playing around with that camera and kind of really got into it. Just spontaneous things happening on the way. And just if you follow these leads, it just comes together sometimes. In 2020, when COVID came in, there was a lockdown in Germany. Okay, well, I can't do anything now. So let's check out video. I used that lockdown and studied a lot. And after a few videos that I've done with close friends, I felt comfortable enough to even do it commercially. It can get pretty hectic in your mind also, switching back and forth between stills and video. It is kind of the same approach, but it is different. 2024, I shot this documentary. It's called Ich bin einfach nur da und das ist gut so. So it's kind of, I'm just here and it's good the way it is. It's a documentary about a shepherdess working on an alpine hut in Switzerland. This shepherdess is actually a very close friend of mine. So I asked her if I could come visit. And she's like, yeah, you can do that. And I was like, well, can I bring a camera? He's like, it's just for us. I don't want to do anything with it. I would like to see how you live up there, just like a family album thing. And she's like, well, okay, if we control it that way, then it's fine. So I went there just for the weekend. It was just in between jobs, and it was pretty hectic actually to get there, and then I had to climb up. There was no plan, there was no storyboard. It was just the camera and us. And then I came back home and I started editing, and I was like, I'm never going to be able to cut this down to 5 minutes. So I ended up with 20 minutes. And I showed it to Katrin, the shepherdess, and she's like, wow. So when are we going to have a premiere? Should we really do something with it then? And she's like, yeah, I think we have to. It's just too nice. And now it's like, I won like 10 times best cinematography, 3 times best short documentary, and like worldwide. So I think I would really like to shoot a documentary like that again, of course, but you could never plan for something like this to happen. I always like to play with light. I like being outside more than being inside in the studio. That's a fact. I mean, I just love the outdoors. But even when I'm outside, we control the light a lot. I always want to shoot against the light. If it's like front lit, I mean, that location doesn't work for me. But also, like, being in a studio is like, I mean, RB Leipzig, for example, has always been inside. It's big sets with a lot of lighting, because within one set, we have to shoot so many different scenarios. So I started shooting with them in 2013. They came back every year. And every year I thought this is going to be the last one. We have so much experience now working with the players, working with the team. I think we are actually the ones that are working for this brand for the longest time. It's a trust thing. They know what they're getting. They know the expertise we have and also the fun we have together. So they keep coming back to that. With a few other clients as well, like Stihl, for example, even longer. With Stihl, I've been working since 2011. So that's 15 years this year. I've been with Format for over 10 years now, I think. 2015, I started my first website with Format. Before that, I had a programmer building my website for me. Of course, it was expensive. That's the one thing, and very limited. At that time in 2015, I was looking for a new solution. I found Format and I found the Sierra theme, which I'm still on today. I still brought in my programmer to tweak it a little bit in CSS, which is all possible. From there, I was just amazed how easy it is to change everything by myself. But from then on, I never needed her again. It was just, well, that's not true. Sometimes I contact your amazing support, Steve. He has to be mentioned here. I mean, you don't have to have any skills, actually. You just have to get into it a little bit and look at the possibilities and try them out. It was leading from the beginning more and more to how far can you go to individualize the page. I always like to look at the website as like a canvas where you can just arrange things the way you want. Mixing up images with video. Autoplay video was another feature that is just amazing. It makes the page so alive when you just scroll and all of a sudden there's a video that starts going and everything is in movement. There is definitely more and more demand of stills and video because there's more and more demand of content. And I'm not a content creator, absolutely not. I feel I can't do that. This is not my approach of the work. I can't do that because I don't see images like that. I see big shots, I see big videos. For me, still, the quality is way more important than just content. It's about being creative together with a team. It's about the people I work with, from the assistant up to the client. That's what I really love. And that's why I do it.